In the US in 2023, there were almost 5.5 million new businesses that started that year. And on average, there are about 4.7 million businesses that start every year. However, only 50% of new businesses last over 5 years. Now, this could be based on so many different factors. We're talking about five really crucial mistakes today, and number five is, in my opinion, the most important, the most crucial mistake. So stay tuned until the end of the video to find out what it is and also how to fix it. So if you're just starting out your own business or you are at the start of it already, I think this video will be really useful for you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maya. I'm a brand designer and packaging specialist. And on this channel, I aim to educate as many entrepreneurs and founders out there on things that they could do to improve their business before it is too late. So reason number one is the brand consistency. Brand consistency is really important for your brand's awareness and the trust that you build for your customers. And there are many ways that you can achieve a really cohesive and consistent brand. In my experience, the best way to achieve the brand consistency is to work with a professional designer that matches your style and the type of business that you have or you are about to start, and work with them on creating brand guidelines. However, I totally understand that when you are just starting out, the budget that you have might not be enough for the designer to create a full document for you for brand guidelines, or you might think that it's a bit overwhelming for you or your small team to have a full document of brand guidelines. Even if you don't have guidelines, you can still have cohesive and consistent look for your brand. When your customers see your logo, they should recognize it, and everywhere they see it, they will be able to understand that this is your brand. On top of your logo, though, you also have other ways that you can achieve the brand consistency, and that is your brand colors, your brand typography, any assets that you might have, and even the way that you speak. Or there is a local restaurant here in the town that I live, and as a designer, I was really frustrated, but I assume that as a consumer, as a customer, I would also be frustrated to find their website, see a color palette, see their logo, and then to visit the restaurant and to see a completely different logo, completely different typography and colors, and then to sit down at the table and to open the menu just to see a third version of the same brand but with completely different logo, completely different typography, colors, just doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel cohesive, and overall, it will not make your customers trust your business or that you know what you're doing with it. This is why for all of my customers, I always offer a free brand style guide that they can use, they can refer back to, so that they know exactly their colors and typography and roughly how to use their logo. But if you need a more extensive document for your brand's guidelines that will include your tone of voice, your target audience, you should definitely work with a professional designer and ask for the brand guidelines. That will really help you to stay consistent and make sure that your brand builds trust. Number two is when a brand targets a broad audience. Most of the clients I've had so far, they don't know how to answer the question, who is your target audience? And their answer is, to be honest, everyone. This is not the best way to start a business. Maybe it will work in a few years when you have already established your brand and you are recognizable and people know about you, people already trust you, you have social proof. But at the start, you need to make sure that you are creating a business that is targeting a specific audience. That can be an age group, socioeconomic group, location-wise, and a combination of all of these, but it really needs to be specific. For example, my business is mostly targeting wellness, fitness, beauty, personal care businesses. And even when I work with businesses that are a bit outside of those sectors, they still have or want to have a similar style in terms of branding or packaging design. Business owners think that they might lose customers or clients, they might lose business with this choice, and that's why they really want to focus everything on everyone. When you are trying to do something and instead of focusing on one thing, you just do so many other things on the side, you end up not doing a great work on any of this because you don't really focus on something. Either burn out, you lose your focus, you end up failing. When you are focusing on a specific target audience, you show that you really care about what you're doing, you care about that specific target audience and the problem that you are trying to solve with your product or service. And you also prove that you have a purpose. Your brand really has a reason to exist. I mean, let's face it. Let's think of a product that everyone is using. Water. Even water is not targeting everyone in the universe at the same time. It just targets people that are really thirsty. Number 3, a mistake that I was also doing quite a lot with my design business is neglecting storytelling. Storytelling is very important for every business out there. And I think that's one of the reasons why social media has become such a big help with so many businesses out there and entrepreneurs, because people have been sharing their journeys, their behind the scenes, their process, their why, their struggles. And all of this is a way of storytelling. You are sharing your own journey, you are sharing your story, you are sharing your why, which is really important. And this is the way that your audience is going to connect with you, is going to relate to you and support you and find comfort in you, trust you. Overall, it creates a really deep connection. And as people, we connect with people, we connect with feelings and experiences. If, as business owners, we provide all of this to our target audience, then they will trust us, they will stay with us and stay loyal. So remember to share your why, remember to share your struggles and your journey. Mistake number 4 is skipping strategy, especially when it comes to designing something for your business. That includes, of course, your visual identity, your logo design, and all the assets that you might have. That's really crucial for us as designers to educate our clients. That's why I am creating these videos as well, because even if you are not a client of mine at the moment, I still want you to understand a bit more of what goes into a visual identity or packaging design. I also have a separate video that talks about the logos and what the logo is. This is something I advise truly anyone that is starting out on their business or they want to take it to the next level to really pay attention and find a professional designer to do your visual identity, even the choice of your brand's colors and typography. That's why it's really important to work with someone that has extensive knowledge on the strategy behind the designs. I see so many businesses don't have any knowledge on strategy, on color psychology. They just pick their favorite color. They are not checking if they have enough contrast, for example, and so many other mistakes in this mistake. And it comes back to the fact that you haven't chosen to work with someone that has the experience and the knowledge about design, but also design that is based on strategy, and all the choices are not just, oh, my favorite color is purple and I love this font. Does it really suit what you're trying to do with your business? Because you can always just create a poster to have at home with your favorite color and your favorite font. But when it comes to business, you really need to make sure that there is strategy behind. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is the problem that you're solving? Who is your target audience, as we mentioned earlier? What do you want this audience to feel when they receive the service that you offer or the product that you offer? Do you have physical products? Do you need more than one or two logo variations? What style of logo suit the brand that you're trying to build? So many things go into the design that unfortunately so many businesses out there, especially when they're just starting out, probably because of budget restriction, they don't even research, they don't even ask some designers that they find online for a quote, to have a conversation with them to see if they could work together. Don't be afraid to ask designers for a quote or tell them your budget. I am sure that there will always be a designer that has a bit more knowledge. It might not be the most knowledgeable designer that you could find, but there are so many designers out there. You can find one that suits your business type and you can ask for a quote. You can tell them your budget. Please tell them your realistic budget, because no designer wants you to be bankrupt. We don't want to take all of your money and then you will be left with nothing. We are here to do business. We are here to work with you and to help you. I think many business owners forget about this aspect. No designer will want a brand to just pay them for XYZ project and then for this brand to never exist. I mean, I have worked with businesses that unfortunately after some years they have closed down for one reason or the other. And unfortunately, even though all the design was there and I did from the design perspective, I did everything I could for the business. But do you think that this looks nice for a designer? No, no designer really wants the business to go bust after they have designed something for them. We want you to succeed. And that's why we're trying our best to learn more, to educate ourselves and you as clients. And I think it is really important to work with someone that has a bit more knowledge than you in terms of design and strategy led design. I have a more detailed video about logos and brand identities that I will link up here and also in the description below for you to have a look at and understand a bit more about what goes into a brand identity and what is a logo. And lastly, the final mistake I will mention in this video is mistake number 5, which is the customer experience. This mistake applies to all brands out there, all businesses, service providers, or products, or anything in between. Basically, is how your customers experience your brand. If you have a website and they go on your website, they're trying to find something and your UX, UI is all over the place, you have so many bugs and they cannot even find what they're looking for, they feel frustrated, they leave your website, they will not come back. They want some help, they go on the chat is not responding after 3 minutes, you are losing them. You are a service provider, someone needs to book an appointment, you don't make it straightforward, they need to call you, they need to wait in line, they need to answer 15 questions before they book an appointment. Again, customer experience is not great. You have a physical store, people are getting in, you have trained all of the sales associates to go over and just hover over your customers, you will lose your customers. So make sure that the customer experience is on point, even if you do all of the other mistakes. In my opinion, even if you miss the point of great branding, great brand consistency, targeting audience is too broad, you don't have any storytelling. The most important thing is your customer experience. If you're missing that, your business is gone. And to have really great customer experience, make sure that your response time is really quick, that you are really polite, that you have guides for all of your staff. If you have staff that they are in contact with your customers, that your website or your app or your physical product are made especially to make the customer's journey really easy and really effortless, so that they can understand exactly what their product You need to make your service or your product really clear anywhere you mention it. You need to make sure that it's really clear. Everyone understands exactly what you're offering. The way that you speak or write and communicate with your customers needs to be on point. Remember, your brand exists as long as you have your customers. Your customers need to choose you every single time they are looking for what you're offering. That was it for today's video. If you found it useful, please don't forget to hit the like and also subscribe to the channel. You have no idea how much this helps. I hope to see you in the next video as well. Bye!